Good evening. I'm Melissa Vance with the Wayne County Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so excited to have you with us tonight. We have a great lineup of guests, starting off with Lee Elzemeyer and Roxy Deer talking about our membership outreach, and then we'll be talking with Chad Bolzer of Ivy Tech about a new program, Achieve Your Degree, in Richmond. And then we'll be wrapping up with all of the award winner information from our annual dinner, and we look forward to having you. So we're going to start off the show with two very special people, Lee Elzemeyer from First Merchants Bank and our former board chair. Welcome, Lee.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Great. And Roxy Deer, our Director of Programs and Events. Thank you for being here, Roxy.
Thanks for having me.
So we are going to be talking about one of our committees, the Member Outreach Committee, and Lee, you've been very involved in that committee.
Yeah, it's been a great committee. I really think that when I think of the member outreach, it's really how do we interact with our membership? How do we help share what values are what's available to the membership, and just growing that relationship. As you know, a lot of times members don't interact very much with the chamber, and we'd always like to see that grow.
Right. We know that sometimes people can make it to our events and sometimes they can't, and sometimes, you know, there are different things about what we do that are more important than others to different entities, depending on what their business might be. But it's so nice to have people like those that are on this committee kind of being that liaison between what's going on in the business and what's going on with the chamber, and how can we better serve those folks.
Yeah, I think about every meeting we come up with a different idea of, you know, what can we do to, again, engage those people. I think some of it is maybe they don't have the time to, but a lot of them don't know exactly what some of the opportunities are to interact with the chamber. So it's education plus just reaching out.
One of the things that I find very interesting is that a lot of times, you know, you've got the leadership of an organization or the owners, and they know that they're chamber members, and they know they're the ones that get the mail, the emails, they're invited to these things, but not always do the employees of the businesses know. I'm a chamber member too, and I think again, having people like you and the others on the committee helping share that message, it really gives that added level of value to the members that they can offer their employees something special.
Right. I think part of what we've tried to do over the last year or two is to get out to some of these businesses. And, you know, that's some of the stuff we bring back from it is that maybe it is that the wrong person's getting the email, or there's other people within an organization that would like to have, you know, more, they want to know more about the chamber. So I think that's our number one goal, is to find, you know, how can the chamber serve those businesses and, you know, really get one-on-one feedback.
One of the ways that we do that is through the Business Education Series, and Lee, you have been very instrumental in that as well, because First Merchants has been a sponsor of that series for the last couple years, and also done some of the programming for us.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice relationship for us as, you know, within the bank. It's important to educate, and, you know, whether it's financial services or other things. And I've always felt that when we're looking at the Business Education Lunch series, that a lot of our businesses that are chamber members are smaller businesses
Right.
that may not have 4 or 5 people within the HR department. It might be someone who does HR and other functions. So it's difficult to be up to date on that type of thing, or whether it's tax information, changes in
Right.
tax laws. So I think the chamber has done a good job of stepping up and offering more information on different things that maybe that smaller business can't specialize in.
Right. And Roxy, I know you've been working on some of that programming for this year and,
Yes.
and have a really nice lineup. Tell us about the next couple opportunities.
Yes, so our next one is February 28th at the Innovation Center at 11:30, and we're going to hear from the Indiana Small Business Development Corporation. And they're going to be talking about the 5 languages of appreciation. So how do you communicate with your coworkers, with your staff, maybe people above you or below you in the workforce, and really kind of having a discussion about what works in your office and what doesn't.
Right.
And then we're going to follow up in March on the 28th as well at the Innovation Center, same time. And this one will be more on the engagement piece, how to keep your employees excited about working for you. And also, if you only have 1 or 2 staff members, how do you build a really strong relationship with them?
Right. Different speaker each time,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all very qualified to speak
Yes.
on the topics that they have been assigned, and sometimes they're from outside the community. I know Lee brought in some folks for the cybersecurity topic that was great, but often the speakers are right here, they're experts right here in our own backyard. Which is kind of nice, because then they can be a resource afterward as well. You have a
Absolutely.
question, you could shoot them an email or pick up the phone, because they're right here in Wayne County.
And I guess too, we've also, really reached out and tried to gather from our membership if they have an idea for a topic that, that's the kind of feedback that we really would like to hear from is, what is it that is a new upcoming issue that, we need to delve into.
Absolutely. So we have really looked at our benefits. What do we offer our members? And there are a lot of things, and if you want to know more about that, you can go to our website, wcareachamber.org, and you can find a lot of that information on there. But we as a committee have been looking at, how do we continue to add that value? What benefits can we add, member-to-member type benefits? And so last month on Chamber Chat, we had Amy Holdhouse, who was here to talk about the Rose's Office 360 benefits. And then we're going to be talking to Chad Bolzer from Ivy Tech about a new Achieve Your Degree program. But this month, we also are excited to announce that we have a new relationship with the U.S. Chamber through a program called the Federation Program. And it allows us to give complimentary memberships to our small businesses. And they have a little bit of criteria for those small businesses, but you can see on the screen, you'll get some discounts, you'll get some access to toolkits and other information that can help grow your business or answer questions that you just may not have the answer to, and then have a direct connection to legislators on a national level. Small businesses, you have to be under a $10 million threshold for revenue, have to be a for-profit, not franchises. So there are a few little things, but it's exciting to add another benefit. And then lastly, our networking nights are off to a running start, and we've got some new energy behind that with a new program called the Chamber 535.
Yes.
Roxy, talk about that.
Yeah, so Chamber 535 is a new branding piece for our networking nights that will just kind of excite and add some energy to what we have been doing in the past. And the first one is coming up on the 28th. It is an anniversary celebration, and we're going to be celebrating our members who have hit milestone years with us. And we have quite a few members who will be celebrating 40, 30, 25, 20 years with us. And so really celebrating them. You can purchase tickets or you can attend the event next week.
Great. Well, thank you both for being here and for spending a little time talking about the Member Outreach Committee and our committee chat. And Roxy, I know you're going to stick around, talk about the annual dinner.
Yes.
Lee, if you want to stick around, you're welcome to. But we know you've got a lot of things on your plate, so if that doesn't work out, that's fine too.
Well, thank you.
All right. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking around with us, because now we have the Chancellor from Ivy Tech, Chad Bolzer, and he is joining us to talk about a brand new relationship that we have together with Ivy Tech. And welcome, Chad.
Thank you for having me, Melissa. Appreciate it and love talking about this agreement that we've come to and something that I really do think benefits Wayne County.
It's really exciting for a lot of reasons. One, Ivy Tech just continues to kind of morph to meet the needs of the community.
Yeah, we would like to think that that's the role of the community college, is to meet the community where they are and to ensure that our programming meets exactly what what that community is looking for.
And you and I know we're talking earlier about, with the low unemployment rate, the need for employers to retain their employees and to train them, to move them up the ladder, and just to skill up their workforce, to use a popular term these days. They have to do some creative things, and really excited about the Achieve Your Degree program.
Absolutely. I think that the narrative of students going to school until they're 18 years old and then to enter the workforce is probably not to go to school, to go to training beyond that, and then enter the workforce. The reality is employers are really trying to get folks in their operation as fast as they can. And we certainly know that the higher level of training, the higher completion, if you have a completer, they're more likely to be retained. And I think everybody wants a sense of investment in their own employee base.
Right.
And so one of the things that happened a few years ago for Ivy Tech was a large employer down south asked that question of Ivy Tech, how can you help us do this? We came up with this idea of Achieve Your Degree. And what we said as the community college, we don't want to be the place where you go to college, but that we can have employers say, we would like to invest in our employees, do that where we come in, we basically give them services from financial aid service to admissions programs, all on site. We schedule that. We can tailor make degree programs. We do the end of term billing, so you're only working through any of those last dollar in sort of situations. You're getting the best bang for your buck, and you're only paying for what is actually completed. And so we think for employers it's absolutely something that is beneficial for them. And it creates completers. And
Right.
if you have a completer,
Yeah.
we all know this, the completers are easier to retain.
Absolutely. And I think, not every student is poised to go straight into college or higher ed after high school. Sometimes there just needs to be a little bit of growing up time, a little bit of a break, a little bit of establishing mentorship, and a lot of times that happens with an employer.
Well, with the job market the way we have it in this area and around the state and around the country, it is a difficult thing to say to an 18-year-old that you should do something other than go out and
Right.
be employed. I mean,
Right.
that is an argument that even higher ed institutions it's a difficult proposition. Now, we believe in the educational value of what we do.
Absolutely.
And we believe in the long-term value. But our statement is to the employee base is that you may be making $12 an hour now, but you're not going to make $20 an hour unless you become more educated and more trained.
Right. So walk us through this program a little
Yep.
bit. I know we have a couple slides, but just tell us a little bit about how this works.
Yeah. So the agreement is really a memo of understanding between, for us, for Ivy Tech and the Chamber, is that all Chamber members are eligible for this program. They receive, if they sign an MOU with Ivy Tech, they receive a 5% rebate on all the educational services that we provide. It is a little bit of gift back. We hope that, that it's another way to invest in the employees. And what we do is we essentially bring the Ivy Tech operation on site. Now, courses and programming and that stuff is probably going to,
Sure.
depending upon the situation, is going to be out on campus. But what we don't want to do is the second shift employee that has just worked an 8-hour shift or a 10-hour shift that now needs to go into training. We understand it's going to be some sacrifice to go to class. But what we'd like to do is get through the admissions, the financial aid, the paperwork, some of those things that from a barrier standpoint do actually create problems. And so employers, we know employers set aside dollars to invest for their employees all the time that goes unused on an annual basis.
Right.
And the other great part of that is with all the things that the state is investing, all the places that, that really we are investing into the workforce, there's a lot of opportunities and opportunity for the employer and the employee. And we just feel like making sure that we coordinate all of that through the services that we provide at Ivy Tech is really something that we should be doing for the community. Again, it helps to recruit, it helps to retain, and it helps to train our employee base.
It is, it's really exciting. I think it's exciting not because it's something completely new for Ivy Tech,
Right.
but it's another new benefit for our chambers. And we just got finished talking with Lee about trying to add more value to chamber memberships.
Absolutely.
But aside from that, being able to give these employees the opportunity to grow and have the employer support that, it's exciting. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. It is really a great product, great idea, and we hope that we are meeting employers where they are.
Chad, I want to have you back again sometime soon that we can talk about some other great things that are going on with Ivy Tech. So let's try and get that on the schedule soon. But for now, thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back. Now, you know that we always have our annual dinner in January, and this year was no different. We had our annual dinner called Roxy Dear. Tell us what the annual dinner theme was this year. It was a lot of fun.
It was called A Million Dreams for the World We're Going to Make, and it was based off the song A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman.
It was a lot of fun, and everyone is talking about the decor.
Yes.
It was absolutely beautiful with the colors and the umbrellas.
Absolutely.
Every year looks totally different, but you and your team did a great job on all of that, Roxy.
Thank you. I have to give a lot of credit to the ACES committee on this one. They really, when you tell somebody you're going to hang umbrellas from a ceiling, they kind of look at you strange, but they went with it.
Yeah. Between that and the moon, they were just, it was beautiful.
Incredible, yeah.
And of course, Lee, you were chair of our board last year, and so you got to be kind of the MC, the lead role last year on stage. This year, you got to kick it off, but then you got to be the one in the pictures with all of the award winners.
There
so
you go.
It was a whole different. It was a different feeling, right?
Every year it's amazing the transformation of the Coleman Center into whatever the idea is, but it seems to come off quite grand, and this year was no different than the other years, as like you said, the moon and the umbrellas. It was an amazing night.
It's just a lot of fun. And of course, this year's board chair is Sherry Lynn Johnson. I think we have a picture of her delivering her speech as well to show you. But she did a great job kind of leading, taking the helm as well. And But the people that came, they just had a lot of fun, and I think that was one of the main pieces of feedback that we got. Was it was just a lot of fun. 600 people in the Coleman Center. Before I started in this job, I never would have thought we could seat 600 people in the Coleman Center, but we do
make
it.
work.
The aces and all make it look easy, don't they?
They
every year?
sure do.
And I know it's not.
They sure do. And then we took kind of a different spin on things this year. We had speakers in the past, wonderful speakers on various topics, but we did something a little different. We did entertainment this year. So tell us about what that was like.
The Triana family really, they're phenomenal. And when we heard them sing, we knew that this was the way we wanted to go this year. And Andrew and both his wife and daughter, all three performed. And we had dancers from Dance Techniques with Cheryl DeLucio. And it just added a different spin to the night. It added a little extra oomph to the event, and it matched our theme perfectly.
Yeah, their voices were amazing. I think the dancers were having a ball, and it was fortunate that their dresses just all matched our theme unintentionally, but it just worked. So that was really great. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, Lee, what do you think?
Yeah, I think having entertainment, I think also helped highlight the awards and, put a little more emphasis on the awards, which I always find those. I think probably everyone walks away learning a little bit more about our community and seeing maybe a company or a person that's been highlighted that did something that they didn't know about. So that's always exciting to see.
And aside from this being the largest opportunity that we have to pull our members together, it's really about the awards and the winners and being able to celebrate our community. And we had some fantastic winners this year, starting off with 3 amazing students.
3 goofy students.
They have done such a great job. Tell us about them, Roxy, because I know you've been working with them.
Yeah, so Eric and Mallory and Luke all 3 work on the workforce development videos that we do through the business ed, and these videos are shared out to all the middle school students. So we did a quick highlight reel from their videos, and their energy just comes through the second you see them.
They have done a great job this year with all of the things that they've been doing, and it was just a really good fit for them. And the Bob Rosa Buy Local Award, it always goes to somebody who is really focused on growing that local spirit. And this year we had a great winner with Phil Quinn. Lee, tell us about Phil.
Well, I think everyone knows that Phil's got Wayne County at heart, and so he put so much effort into promoting different things within our community, so he was a very logical choice. So I'm excited for Phil, and it was great that he was able to win that. And each year that award highlights those who've gone the extra mile for our community, and Phil's no different than our past winners. So,
and one of our big winners from the service category for the Achievement of Excellence for a nonprofit went to the In Concert group this year. That group has repeatedly put together concerts, pulled in entertainment for Wayne County businesses and individuals to really kind of grow this quality of life while giving back to the nonprofit community. And what a great fit. And then we had Corey George from the Wayne County Probation Office for the Partner in Education Award this year. He's done a lot of work with the local schools, and so that was a great fit as well. The Outstanding Service to Agriculture Award went to the Walther Farms. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, as I said that night, the Walthers hosted our farm tour this year, and we had, it was a great event. A lot of work goes into that for the families, for the staff, and all to, transforming the Coleman Center is one thing, but transforming a barn is a different thing. So,
Yes.
And I think it's a great educational event for our community to go to see what's really going on within the agricultural community. So the Walthers did a great job this year, so they were well deserving of that award.
Absolutely. Then we have Achievement of Excellence Award for our small business, went to Van Vliet Insurance. They've continued to grow over the years, again, give back to the community a lot and been very involved in the chamber. And then our Large Business Award went to Dot Foods. And again, very connected. They just to our organization alone, they give a lot to School is Cool and to our educational efforts. The Corporation of the Year this year went to Harvest Land Co-op, which was kind of exciting because it tied into that agricultural discussion that we've had. Wayne County is big on agriculture, and it doesn't just mean farming itself, it's ag businesses, and Harvest Land represented that well. And then for the individuals, our Emergency Services Professional of the Year went to Chief Jerry Purcell from Richmond Fire Department, and the Educator of the Year went to Assistant Superintendent from Western Wayne School Corporation, George Philhauer, a very dynamic individual, very involved and doing great things in Western Wayne. And finally, we end with Avis Stewart, our Art Vivian Distinguished Community Leader. Great video. If you want to see the video about Avis and all of his accomplishments, you can go to our Facebook page and check us out there. And as always, if you want to know any more about any of these folks and why they receive their awards, you can visit our website or give our office a call, wcareachamber.org, right there on the bottom of your screen. Well, thank you both for all that you've done to help pull together this large event into something that really celebrates Wayne County and our community and all the great things that are happening.
Thank you. It was a great
Thanks.
event.
Yep.
We look forward to the next big event, which is the golf
Yeah.
tournament
Already
coming
gearing
up.
up for it.
Right around the corner.
coming
It'll be
quickly.
here before we know it, yes. So thank you all for tuning in tonight and being with us. We look forward to seeing you again next week on Chamber Chat, and we'll have some outstanding guests for you then.